And we're back. Time to find out what's happening in the realm of crypto with Forum Daily's weekly cryptocurrency and digital asset update featuring Bobby Del Rio, host of the Daily Drop.
Thanks, Nima. I'm Bobby Del Rio. This is your crypto update. We definitely want to start with the ETF situation in the United States. So, an ETF, for anyone who doesn't know, is an exchange-traded fund, and essentially, it's a way for people to access Bitcoin through Wall Street, which is obviously a major market, and something that Canada actually was the first country in the world to approve. There's actually multiple Bitcoin spot ETFs in Canada, but not in the United States. So there have been many, many failed attempts to get this ETF or a series of ETFs for Bitcoin specifically in the United States, and they've all been rejected. So about a week or two ago, BlackRock has applied for their spot Bitcoin ETF, which largely the industry, was very effusive for. And then it led to a series of other major Wall Street companies following suit, like ARK, Cathie Wood's company, Fidelity, a myriad of other different Wall Street entities applying to the SEC for their spot Bitcoin ETF. But actually, within the last 24 hours, it appears the SEC will be rejecting BlackRock's bid as well as the other suitors. And so this game of will a spot Bitcoin ETF be approved in the United States is ongoing. And one has to question why the SEC continues to deny a pretty mainstream Wall Street product that's already been approved in Canada for years. And if you really look at the trajectory that the SEC is on, they're making things very difficult for cryptocurrency in the United States at every level. They're suing Binance and Coinbase, and they're rejecting BlackRock, which is the biggest asset management company in the world. And, how many other people are they rejecting? And at some point, people really do need to question why the SEC is being so rigid. Yes, investor protection is important, but it really does seem like they're going pretty far. And I don't really know why. At the same time, you also see this proliferation of governments with their central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Those are starting to get louder. Banks are getting more into the stable coins in that market with deposit tokens. And the SEC is right in the middle of everything. So one's, not quite sure why the SEC is being so rigid, but this is definitely something you want to pay attention to. Speaking of paying attention, the SEC had named Solana, Cardano, and Polygon, as well as a few other cryptocurrencies, but those three key cryptocurrencies called altcoins, they were unregistered securities as per, the SEC's allegations. And so there was a big slide in the last couple of weeks for those altcoins. Now, I bring that up because Solana specifically has increased at the time of recording this 15-20% in the last 24 hours. So you're really starting to see the altcoins gaining momentum. To be honest, everything kind of started with that BlackRock application for the spot Bitcoin ETF, because at that point it was a sort of we have a series of lows, within the last 12 to 18 months. But definitely the SEC kind of going after everybody was another one. It affected everything, but it looks like BlackRock, at least applying for this spot Bitcoin ETF, has given investors confidence again, and you're starting to see those altcoins, specifically Solana, really, really increase. So it is positive, and speaking of positive, you're starting to see institutional investment generally in all the countries around the world, from an institutional perspective, starting to get more excited. So look, the Wall Street money is still there for digital assets. You're starting to see the finance industry start to embrace digital assets in the major markets around the world yet again. Also, with general macroeconomic news, people are less afraid of a recession. So encouraging signs. No one really knows what's going to happen, but pay attention. I'm Bobby Del Rio, and that's your cryptocurrency update. Back to you, Nima.
And that was Bobby Del Rio with Forum Daily's crypto and digital asset update. And coming up next, we'll have more news from around the world, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.